Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live, the afternoon edition. My name is Jim Cagnina. Let's waste no time and get right into some charts and take a look at what's going on. We have a E-mini S&P 30-minute candle on the screen right now. An interesting, so that's 101, so not too far off, only about seven handles off. Kind of interesting price action here. We're kind of going all the way back to where we started from here. Let's take a look at Edgeful. Edgeful 6-month look back on Tuesdays. 32% chance that we will make a new high. 68% chance we will not make a new high. Now, when I put the stat up here, we were trading way up here. I don't know what the odds are of making a new low, but it's probably pretty similar. An initial balance breakout by weekday. Now, here's the initial balance. It's that first hour. That's the way we're defining it. That's that white line at the top, white line at the bottom. The first hour of trading after the New York bell rings. We have an 84.62% chance of a single break. We've achieved that. A candle is closed above the initial balance high. We have 11.54% chance, and when I say chance, I mean based on a look back. This is how it's performed. 11.54% that we're going to break all the way down here below that 5,600 Jax one level, and a 3.85% chance there's no break. Well, we're not going to meet that because we already had a break. So the only question is, are we going to get this second break? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Probably not, but you never know. Um, Gap down, 6-month look back on Tuesday. There's the gap. It's that rectangle right there. And remember, we went back to previous sessions, a regular trading hour close, and we draw the rectangle all the way up to today's regular trading open. And that's the gap. It was filled a long time ago, no question about it. The very first candle out of the gate. So those are the edge full stats for that particular market. Let's go ahead and take a look at the micro Nasdaq really quick. I know that might be the main event, maybe not. I can't remember if it's this or the Dow coming up next with the OrderFlow Labs guys. But here's the micro Nasdaq on a 30-minute. Somewhere, I lost my volume profile, but that's okay. We're trading right at Jax 2. Jax 3 is kind of defining the bottom of the conversation here. We wicked through it earlier today. The pivot is right there as well, and that's about 19,300. The Jax 1 level, though, this is the most important gamma level that we have on our screen, 19,500. I don't know, we're within reach, right? We have a nice kind of retracement back down about 50% of the way on the micro NASDAQ. So we'll see how that closes in a little bit. Let's shoot over to 10-year notes really quickly. We've been tracking this really closely here. What I did with the 10-year notes, I did something a little bit different with the order flow volume profile, partially because of these guys coming up next and partially because of Merit Black. I added the volume profile. I started it from not the open of the New York bell, but what I'm going to call the shadow open of the treasury market, the cash treasury market. And that's that 8 o'clock candle right there. So I just extended that, and look at this volume profile we have. It's almost perfect. It is perfect. You could take a picture of it, you could write a book about it, and you could call this Exhibit A. Perfectly bell-shaped, nice point of control. This is probably where we're going to end up here as well. But that's not the story. The story is the breakout, right? We had a really nice area resistance for about a month, and we not only did we break out by a wick, we broke out by a candle. This is telling me that the market's worried about inflation, about interest rates. We're starting to see the narrative that we're going to get more cuts sooner than we thought on the CME Group Fed Funds tool. GDP now, the Atlanta Fed number came out today. Their estimate for Q1 for GDP minus 3.7. And the last time they did an estimate, it was minus 2.8. So recession? I don't know. That's what those negative GDP numbers mean. Anyway, I think the bond market is and the note market might be agreeing with it. But right now, again, this is looking pretty strong. We'll see if this continues tomorrow. Everything could change, of course, due to the I think it's 4 p.m. now, the 4 p.m. Announcement on the tariff situation. We'll call it the tariff situation. It sounds better than calling it anything else. Really quickly here, let's see if I could just get gold in here. So I circled this daily candle just to say, hey, is this going to be a turnaround doji or not? We'll see how big that candle gets right now, the body of the candle, rather. We're not closed yet, but this is kind of the fourth day of the rally. This is the fifth or sixth day of a higher low, and we got 4 or 5 days of higher highs. So maybe this turnaround doji is in effect or not. We'll find out tomorrow on the open to see what happens overnight with gold. In the meantime, this was the daily action right here, and zero DTE call and Gamma Wall held at the top. Couldn't get any further. Stopped it cold, sold off, consolidated, sold off, and guess what? This is why these I love these Mentor Q numbers. Look where we ended up. Jacks one. Boom, 3150. There it is on the screen. I know it's not over yet, but pretty impressive. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the main event, Order Flow Labs. We have Leo and Nick. How you guys doing?
Hey, it's Leo and Stowe, but we won't hold you to that mistake, Jim.
No, this
How's
is
it
Nick.
going?
I'm Nick today. My
That's
shoulder
like
is killing me.
that was bad. I know. That's like going to a Billy Joel concert and you're thinking you're going to see Kid Rock or something like that. I don't know. But I won't spoil the fun for later. Sorry. Sorry,
Speaking
Stowe.
of musicians,
You're
there's going to be singing today.
there might I don't we'll see. I don't know. Someone promised that wasn't me yesterday. Monday crew writing
So
checks
you've
for the
been doing
Tuesday
voice
crew.
warm-ups all morning. What are you talking about?
It's true. I just do that so I
I
can talk to my cats without hurting my vocal cords.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to take my nap this time. I'm going to be listening. I'm going to be ready for the song. I'm just kidding. Anyway, sorry about that, Stowe.
You're good,
You
buddy.
guys, I know you're in a trade right now. I think one of you guys, Leo.
You still
I
in
think
it, Leo?
I think
I
we're
kicked
both.
out.
I think we're. Oh, you're out. Okay. Well, I'm
I'm
in, but your screen's on, so you get
Yep.
to talk.
We will
all
talk.
right. All right, guys. Good luck.
Thanks, Jib. Ah,
We own the afternoon, Stowe. Me
we
and you.
do. That's right. Yeah, my entry sucked, so I just scratched out of it. I just need to get a better entry. It was driving me crazy. You can see I marked it in here. I got in at 408 trying to buy a 390 retest. So yeah, 18 points, not great. But yeah, let's go over the
I feel like
session.
that's just cope for a bad entry. No?
Yeah, yeah. No, it's not cope. It's just it was just a really bad entry. Let me go back. So yeah, interesting day. Um, we had a pretty strong trend all morning, trend up day, and ran out of gas, and now we are traversing that value, baby. Now we're all the way back at where we started. Pivot and the 5 minute mid, both pretty much the same price again today. That's 2 days in a row. Monthly open is also right here. RTH open. So
Some pretty important levels to hold, I would say.
MGI City. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like that they're reloading and they keep pushing off this previous week low. That's also why I got out of that trade.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at this is a failed, or not a failed, but a rejection of those highs.
Yeah.
There's good excess now on the highs, there's good excess on the lows, and the afternoon trade is going to be pretty tricky because we're kind of between, really a really strong buy tail and a really strong sell tail,
Yeah.
and kind of getting stuck here in the middle is a little bit tricky, especially considering all the volume that was done above us and the 550s. You consider that some of that volume to be trapped participants potentially or just offsides. So it would be interesting to see if sellers press into, new lows, and that'll be a very hard trade to participate in. From my perspective, I'm not a trader suited for that type of move or that type of trade, I guess.
I think I'm just kind of watching this big LVN here. I guess if we push up into it, I'm interested in buying now anyway, because these are good setups for us to buy anyways. But just, trend up day, retrace, scene of the crime. The -1 standard deviation VWAP is here too. So these are all spots where I would go long right in this LVN. But yeah, we got to break the IB and get back. There's this big, huge void right there. So
Right.
I don't know.
So yeah, I mean, up in there, I think the best trade is potentially looking for a reoffer on that. If we break that IB, right?
Yep.
Because you could run some stops from some of these late day sellers, and then find some new sellers to step in the 40s, maybe right at prior date high because it hasn't been retested. So that might be an area some sellers might be interested in reoffering this market.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at this. They tried to buy it and save it right here, and then they just got smoked.
Right.
Blue guys lost, Leo.
Yes, they did. The blue guys lost.
Blue guys lost.
So we just, I tweeted out before we started that you're going to be trading the Dow today.
Yes.
I don't see a Dow chart up.
Well, here we are, baby.
Here we go.
There she is, everybody.
In all her glory.
It's beautiful, right? I've just thrown this together, so this isn't like that great. It's a 250 volume candle is what I use for the Dow. And contrary to what Leo and Nick have told you, I don't really trade the Dow that much, but I do look at it every day. And same basic principles apply that I look at for everything. Looking at VWAP slopes, looking at standard deviation bands, same sort of thing. Lean pretty heavy on the volume profile for this, less on order flow because there isn't a ton of it to read. And then also, yeah, I got zero edge on the YM DOM, but I watched this because it helps me with NQ and it helps me with ES. I find that if the Dow and NQ are running in opposite directions of each other, then that's going to be a really choppy day for ES. So I probably won't trade ES at all because ES is kind of like the marriage counselor between the two is the metaphor I have in my head to use.
That's new. I've not heard that.
Yep. That's trademarked stoicism.
Write that down.
But yeah, if they're mad at each other, if the Dow and NQ are mad at each other, ES is going to try to keep them together, and that rotational environment in ES is going to make it chop. So, but if YM and NQ are friends that day, that helps lead to possible trend continuation. And then that helps if all three indices are locked up like that. You can really catch a good trend.
I don't think we've never talked about this before, which is rare. I mean, I feel like we talk about everything. We're basically like work wives at this point.
Yes.
When trading NQ, obviously very different from trading the Dow.
Yeah.
Right. So highlight what's super different for you. Like, what are the main things that you look for in trading the Dow versus trading NQ? I'm just kind of curious to hear about that.
The Dow is actually like slipperier than NQ, if that was even possible. The Dow also seems to really enjoy round numbers, and as silly as that might be, like I'm looking at this 4,200 here, and this is a good buy signal down here at this overnight low. If this holds, we can get in here and look for a bigger retracement. And other than that, I don't find any value in the order flow. Really, I haven't found a delta. I've found one that's not bad, but even the delta map stuff, delta flipping in general on YM isn't as reliable. So you're really looking for more of a like pure price action, just trade the volume profile. And that's also why I don't trade it very often, because there aren't that many signals for me on it.
Interesting.
But I trade NQ more than I should to make up for how little I trade the Dow.
How often do you get into a Dow trade?
Maybe a couple times a week if there's like a
Okay.
really good setup. I wasn't able,
What qualifies as a really good setup for you in the Dow?
so I wasn't able to build a high time frame Dow chart, but it is really, really balanced or really, really trendy on a higher time frame um, chart. And if you zoom out and look at a 60-minute Dow chart, it is extremely clean until it leaves that balance, um, and then it gets crazy. So what I do is I use the OrderFlow Labs auto plot to draw me those balance areas, and those previous highs and lows also are big inflection points. So I limit myself to maybe like, I don't know, 6 points of interest in like a whole month range, and just kind of wait for price to get there. If it rejects, then try to find a spot to hide behind, and then ride back into balance or away from balance.
I gotcha. So you think it's more of a technical market than anything else?
Yeah, it feels that way.
Gotcha.
I'm not much of like a drawn shapes sort of thing. Like I don't do any triangles or any of that brand of technical analysis. But so I don't know if that applies. But just as far as looking at like big volume profiles and things like that, that's primarily where I find those areas of interest. And by find, I mean OrderFlow Labs draws them for me, and I have to do zero work.
That's what the reason I created some of this stuff, or we created it, to take time away from drawing. And the great thing about it is, like if you drew a balance area, you being human
Yeah.
creates subjectivity, right? When you create defined rules, then it's automatically drawn for you. Then you're basically trading more of a not optimized, but it's a it's always the same, right? The system is designed, and you just trade the system,
Yep.
systematic.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I don't even look at my high time frame chart really anymore because those just plot right over to my execution chart. And when we get up to it, I'm like, oh, there's a blue line. Must be coming up to a thing. Let's watch the
Yeah,
Dow right there.
yeah.
And otherwise, if I stared at the Dow, I mean, look at how many possible trades are in any market if you just stare at it and try to apply your own bias to it.
So I noticed on the Dow, your leg to leg delta is pretty small. Is that intentional?
No.
Okay.
This is just my template from the NQ chart. So I'm sure it's just on the NQ leg to leg.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And I mean, the the delta is pretty small until somebody big shows up and throws maybe 100 lots around. But yeah, there's not many big players floating around. Sometimes at the big round numbers, and that's when you look for that little slam, um, and like there's a little some absorption there.
So what type of a trade do you have a trade setup that you're looking at in the Dow right now for an intraday scalp?
Yeah, I'm just looking for this overnight low to run. I also would like to see NQs following. Um, I wanted to see that like 380s get run, and then get back above the pivot. So since this is a trend day setup, ES, YM, and NQ have all been pretty much doing the same thing today. Um, I'm just kind of watching for the same sorts of setups.
If you get your setup, then I'm going to get stopped out of the trade that I'm in right now. Just that's not very nice.
I know. Are you still yeah, you're still long that where did you get in? I didn't see.
I just have the one lot left from the opening range mid trade, and that's a trade I've talked about it probably too much at this point. So yeah, just my opening range mid setup. I got into it and then scaled out of it
There's some folks.
a little bit at the prior week low, kind of bought it again, and then scaled out as it kind of ran back up to that same point. And really, right now we're just consolidating. So I'm not really particularly excited that that this trade is going to continue to go.
Yeah, see this dude's doing like he's attempting to do some work. This is a good this is a good example of how long it kind of takes some of these orders to get filled on YM.
I think it's pretty cool to watch, just to kind of hear how you would trade a different market, right? Like I think every stream that we've been on, every one of us has been about NQ,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
I think, trading in a different market, especially one that's kind of out there and not as commonly traded. I mean, we always see people talking about ES or NQ, but we haven't had any other markets shown. Nobody's trading CL, nobody's trading 6E, 6J, any of the bonds. So there's a challenge to all you folks out there.
We'll give it a
You're going
try.
to short this.
No, I'm long.
Oh, you're going to buy it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hide behind this little LVN here and see if we can get back up to the top of this distribution here.
Nice.
That is 60, 70. We'll do 47. We'll see. I like to run a 30-point stop, and tick stop in YM. YM does not have, as you can see, YM does not have decimal points at all. So, and it's $5 a tick on the big one. So that's why we've just got one on here.
You're trading the mini?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Nick said, waiting for the he chart book. Nick, I need more context there.
Yeah. What's that?
Chris said, Chris said boxes, Chris. He said, Stowe, I heard you can sing. Lean hogs. Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
Lean hogs is in a bull market, apparently.
Is that,
We need
is
a
that a dad
bid.
joke?
We need a bid or we're dead. I don't disagree. Stowe is going to sing, but we need the signal from Shab. So as soon as Shab shows up,
Of all the whole weird requests, also to sing a Creed song is pretty out there for me. I'm not much of a cover guy, but
I'm going to go out on a ledge here and say that not many people in the Twitterverse know that you have 2 albums.
yeah, probably not. It's good that they don't. Otherwise, the shade that I already get will be multiplied by hundreds. But yeah, I have been a musician for way too long. I don't really do it anymore. I definitely don't do it as a job anymore. But yep, I did. I was a singer. I am a singer, not a Creed singer.
How often do you play guitar, I assume?
Yep. I play guitar.
Any other instruments?
I can also play bass. I've played bass in a couple bands too, but mostly just guitar. Is your pivot is that gonna hold again?
It felt like that was a little slam pokey poke
Yeah.
down. And now maybe a little bit of a rally here. Okay, so
Do you guys want to trade 2 markets at once?
You play guitar. How often do you play today? And it's acoustic or electric?
So I play acoustic every day. There we go. We'll put this in.
Stowe's trading 2 markets at once while talking about his music skills.
Don't try this at home. Hey, we're green on the Dow. That's nice. I'll pull this down a little more reasonable. 78. I haven't done this in so long. I think my first target was always 60 points. I didn't set up my bracket. So we'll do 40. Cool. Yeah, so I have a band and we play every week for the most part, just for fun. That's a punk band. But then I play I play acoustic at home all the time for the kid. She likes it. She has a guitar. She wants to be a rock star, so that's a horrible thing that's happening to me as a parent.
That's great, man. No, I think it's great. Music is a skill, creates, activates that part of your brain that I think is critical. I'll have you know, I used to play the acoustic guitars too, so I don't think you know this.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How'd you let me talk about this whole time and then you never told me this part?
The first song that I ever learned how to play was a Jack Johnson song. His the one hit wonder song. I can't remember the name of it.
Okay.
Well,
Man.
this OR mid trade's running for me. It's 40 points from where I got in.
Oh, look. We hit our
There you
target.
go. So you got your YM trade out.
I got my Dow trade and I won. How about that, Nick? Where you at now, Mr. Dow?
Woohoo!
Woohoo! All right,
Great job, man. That was really, I think here's what I loved about this trade. You had a plan. You waited for that to happen. You saw the bid absorption, get in the trade, set your target, and you got paid.
I did. That was
That
cool.
was really well done.
Thanks, bud.
You might make it.
Let's not get crazy. No, I've had many good teachers over the years, including yourself and all the other OFL people. So
Nah, man. You see, the thing is people. I'm glad to hear that. Like it triggers a kindness, right? But
I'm just trying to get out of singing. I'm not trying to give Leo a compliment, just so everybody knows.
You're not getting out of singing. In reality, anybody who's successful in these markets do the work,
Yeah.
Whether you're learning from an order flow perspective or you're learning from price action or, really whatever method you use to trade, your success comes down to you, not the actual method.
Well
so
said.
We just tested prior to close. And I think I might just get out of this trade.
I'll stay.
All right. I'll be out. You stay in.
Okay. Yeah, I want to see obviously there's that big 450 HVN just sticking out. I guess I'll stay in until they put the point of control down here. That's what I'll say.
You'll stay in until they put the point of control right here at 450?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if they're going to do that, I feel like that's going to be enough for me to admit that, like, okay, we're just balancing down here.
Right. Yep.
But they put a ton of work in up there.
I mean, it's where we rejected from this morning that led to the weekly VWAP test.
Yep.
Which a lot of people, I think, bought there and broke us out, on the day. And now we're back to yesterday's close.
Yeah, Merritt slammed that for like 9,000 points.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Yep, he took it all the way to the +2, I think. It was a good trade. Well, thanks, Chris. I can't really. I do sing, but I don't know if I can sing. We'll see. Especially Creed. I've been working on my Scott Stapp impression all day, and my wife came down from her office to ask what was wrong with me. So we'll see. See what happens.
Crawford said, "Stowe, why wouldn't you move your stop to at least break even? Would you let it go back down that far?"
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Like I said, let me explain my logic on this trade. I don't know if you can see it because my execution bubbles or whatever they're called here.
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah.
Okay. So the original idea was to get in here. I missed it. We were getting on the stream and doing stuff. So I marketed in here. And my entry is like, I don't know, 17 points off where I wanted to get in. And I don't know, that sucked. So I just killed it and planned to let the concept go, or just be able to get back in again. So that's also why I only have one lot on, is I'm kind of taking this trade here as my first scale. And now I'm just in the second scale. So it can come down and hit me for 15 points. And now you can see my entry here is at 401. That's a much more reasonable place to be in based on this trade idea I have down here.
So if you got price comes back to, the pivot, are you gonna add to this trade, or would you normally add? Like how would you think about, us coming back to retest your entry?
This specific one,
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to add. It's come down and tested this exact spot twice. So I would let myself get stopped out below that low and then re-enter if it reclaimed. But I don't want to add another lot or two just to be part of that washout if it does wash out.
Right. Yeah, that makes
I mean,
sense.
you never know what's going to, like literally anything that's going to happen. So, maybe it never comes back. Maybe it comes back and touches it perfectly. Maybe it comes back and stops me out perfectly and just runs. So there's all kinds of other possibilities there. But no, I'm cool to just sit and wait for these 15 points because I'm trying to beat this giant LVN.
Yeah.
I don't know. We should ask Job if this is a good idea or not. He's the
Job,
VP king.
Job, is it a good idea to try to beat this low volume node?
Yeah. What do I do, Job? Should I
I
be?
mean, we basically have a double distribution,
Yeah.
on the profile. So if we do get some momentum above the IB high, it's feasible that we could just run this right back up to the 550s.
Yeah. At least an overnight high. So I'm going to move my price target like way far away, and we'll just be watching for reaction up here. I mean, we might be getting it right now, but
Job said to the opposite of the HVN edge, so 520s.
yep, up in here, it's going to retest the bottom of the of this other distribution, and then that's where you'll see acceptance or rejection.
Whenever Job starts talking about volume profiles, I think a lot of things happen. Job, if you're listening, if it continues beyond 4 hours, you need to go to the emergency room. That's what the commercials say. They're requesting Ace of Base.
Ace of Base.
God, you guys are taking me way back.
That's very far back. That's high school for sure. There was that. That song reminds me of that Chicka Cherry Cola song. What the hell is that? I can't remember. But yeah, you're taking me back to like listening to the radio. I think I had that Ace of Base single on cassette.
Fatfish says, Leo and Stowe, do you guys take continuation trades? Absolutely.
Sure do.
Yes, that's key for me. Stowe, could you describe on this specific trade where you might look for a continuation trade, or maybe a better question, is this trade a continuation trade itself?
Yeah, I guess on a higher time frame, this is a continuation trade.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually a really good setup in general for me. Post trend day, let me rewind a little bit and just show how I approach this. I'll zoom out a touch. So here we are. This is like 10:30. You can see that we get into this upper band, and it's just it can't even come back inside of the +2, and this band is shaped like this. So this is a party. This everybody should be stoked to be at this party.
When the bands are going vertical, it's a party.
Yeah, it's a super party. And then you can see this normally dies out around noon, and then we'll consolidate, and that's what happened. Europe closes in here. They're taking profit. They're doing whatever. Doesn't really matter. We're still in the trend and we're still pointed up. This is when we lose it right here. And so 12:30, we lose the trend and then we start to retrace, or we're just consolidating. That's my cue to wait until we get back down to the opposite side of this, which is this -1 band here. And I'm not just trading the VWAP bands themselves. Like, you got to find other context in there, whether it's order flow, other levels, preferably
So,
both.
so the VWAP bands are context, broader term, and then for an entry, you're looking for more shorter time frame. So
Yeah, honestly, they serve a lot to just keep me out of really stupid decisions.
it's like painting the picture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, once you leave that band, I consider that to be, you know, in this middle bit, this is neutral territory. Anything can happen. So, your head's a little more on the swivel. Whereas up here, without this VWAP band, like, I don't know, old me years ago would have been like trying to pick this top and just get smoked, ground into dust. But because I have the bands and I've created rules around the bands, I don't take shorts up there. I only look to add for longs or find a long and find the continuation somewhere up here. And then when it leaves the band, you can see it tries to get back in. It's like, help. And then it comes back down.
Do you think it actually says that on the chart?
I do. Help.
Okay.
I do believe that all these buyers said help. That's what Dutch would say. Be like, oh, not getting bailed out today.
This is a great trade. I bailed out of my trade, 10, 20 points ago.
How many points is Merritt in here? How many points did you get on your trade? Let me see if I can. I want to beat it by 1. Can somebody rewind and watch that for me?
Somebody tell us how many points Merritt's trade was. Stowe wants to beat it by 1.
Just 1. I don't think it's possible. He took that thing in 200 points easily.
No. He closed it.
Let's check this Dow again.
He closed it at hang on. Because I was watching.
Dow's traversing too.
I was watching Merritt. Where did he get out? Okay, we went to VWAP. He closed it at 450.
Okay.
So I think he took it from 267. No. Hang on. He didn't take it that far. 1 second. Merritt, if you're in here, tell us.
I'm also watching this.
280s, I think he got in somewhere around there. 270. Let's call it 270.
Okay.
To 450. Yeah, 150 points.
Okay.
100, yeah, pretty good. That was a great trade.
Yeah, so good. I'm also watching this this spot on YM here. This highlighted range is YM's opening range, so you can kind of see what's happening. We're kicking off the open, kicking off the IBH. This is the anchored VWAP from the high. Another thing we like to do just to add context, if the move is retracing or not.
That's fantastic. I can't say enough that if you have a way to get an anchored VWAP on your chart from an intraday time frame, mark the high and the low of the day, anchor to the high and the low. If the level, Merritt said this earlier, but it wasn't in reference to the higher low anchored VWAP. He just said VWAP in general. But if you have an anchored VWAP from a higher low of day and you see it continue to get respected, that's really important information.
Trying to put this back here. Okay, so we're up there. Got a ways to go to even get to that too. Okay. We'll see.
It's almost time. I don't know. I don't see Shab in the chat yet, so we're gonna
God.
postpone the singing until she shows up. Maybe she doesn't show up. You might get lucky.
What's the chat doing? How'd the chat do today? We forgot to ask that question.
I'm getting extremely loud messages and in the DMs here. Just checking in on your stream. Delta colored bars, very useless in the Dow. Boomer's gonna boomer. Boomer's gonna boomer. That was the message.
Well, yeah.
So I think he's reiterating what you said, is that Delta in YM is definitely more of a tricky animal. Maybe potentially useless.
Yeah, it could just be like I'm used to looking at these charts, so I got to have them on there just for the sake of feeling like I'm looking at what I'm used to looking at. But yeah, that's been my experience too.
And RTY, Elias says, and I agree with both of the statements on that.
Okay. See, I've never looked at that. I've never traded that. Never built that chart.
Don't RTY. Don't try it. RTY is a junk market. Shy Girl says Shab's in a meeting. She'll be here in a bit. Well, we couldn't get through that LVN.
So do you use a top-down approach or look for possible entries, then use higher time frame to confirm? I don't know if you're talking about the Dow or at all. The Dow is actually the only place I really look at a high time frame for any sort of confirmation at all. Yeah, with NQ, like I'm never looking at anything older than 5 days, really, just for what I'm up to. It just makes my head a lot clearer when I'm executing. Like I don't have any, because if I get like a high time frame idea in my mind, like it's gonna stay there and it's gonna influence my scalping. But like there's nothing high time frame about grabbing 40 points or whatever. Even this trade's huge for me. 50 points. This is like a triple.
Yeah. Did I move? Okay, so somebody said, Leo, did you move away from Heikkinashi?
Mm-hmm.
No, I did not move away from Heikkinashi. I actually tricked all of my friends to think that I moved away. And I went back to Heikkinashi because everybody was copying me. And so I made everybody think that I went back to normal candles. And then secretly, quietly, I went back to my standard Heikkinashi. I just don't have that same setup on NinjaTrader. So that's the story on the Heikkinashi candles. See, Elias has confirmed that I have moved away. And that's true. I've moved. For anybody that's asking, I've moved away. But for anybody that wants to know the truth, I still have Heikkinashi.
I never touch those candles. They don't make sense to me.
I don't really trade price action. So for me, it was just a way to clean up the chart a little bit because they just look, like I don't trade based off price action patterns or anything like that. So it was just a way to like clean up the candle chart, even though I still look at candlestick charts, I guess. Shab is here.
Yeah. Can you take me
boy.
higher? That's all I got.
You can do better than that, so let's try it again.
The Scott Stapp is
Do you need the lyrics? Do you want me to send you the lyrics?
He's a lot lower. With arms wide open.
Oh,
there we go. Like I'm getting into
there
a
we
bit
go.
of like a wrestler.
Yeah, get into it. Yeah, get into it. Get into it.
There's a fine line between Scott Stapp and Hulk Hogan impression. I feel like I'm almost like, yeah, brother, let's get it.
The chat is lit right now.
With arms wide open, brother. Yeah,
they're ready.
What are the most
You're not done here,
Leo. You're asking me to acapella sing Creed songs into the internet while I have a trade on.
Can we get some background music? Does anybody have the instrumental?
No, none of that. No, I know for a fact you would get wiped off the internet for copyright infringement. So we better stop this immediately.
So scared right now.
Like, you know, I'm a nervous guy anyways. Well, I just heard. Yeah, that's the song what's the Creed song that comes
That
to
was
your
pretty
mind
good,
when you
man.
think
Just keep going.
news today? That song's about having a kid though. That song's not cool or about trading.
Oh my god. Oh, breathe. Oh.
Ah, it's fun. It's fun to get Leo going. You're welcome, Shab. I appreciate you.
Wonderwall. Do Wonderwall.
Wonderwall's a great song. Oh, thank you. Thank you, producers. What do you listen to? You listen to EDM music while you're trading, right?
Me? Oh yeah, for sure.
That's your jam. That's cool.
I'm a big Dead Mouse fan. And anything in that same realm.
That's cool. What chat? Tell me what you listen to while you trade. Guar. That's sick. That's awesome. Some days I feel like I'm listening to Guar. Classic metal. I can see the Dead being nice. Opera's cool. I listen to jazz sometimes. That's close to opera, right?
The new Skrillex? I haven't even heard there's a new Skrillex, Dean. I used to be a big Skrillex fan, and then I feel like he just kind of fizzled out. Like it wasn't that he sold out, he just went too mainstream, maybe.
Mm.
Because it used to be really heavy. Jazz. All right.
Jazz, yeah. I forgot what I was talking to you about this the other day. I like listening to jazz because it's so surprising. It holds my attention a little better than rock music or other things like that I'm used to playing. So, but I can't play jazz at all. And so somehow that's more fun to listen to sometimes.
Michael Bublé drum and bass remixes. That must be the alpha. Leo, do you rock Jinkos while you're trading? No, I never wore Jinkos either.
Those were expensive. You had to kind of be a rich kid to have Jinkos. I remember because I wanted Jinkos and I couldn't have Jinkos. I had nowhere to put my hacky sack, honestly. And all those kids had those giant pockets for their hacky sacks.
Panel Trading says we're going to close at 5:50.
Great. So panel trading's on the team. That's great.
Hot topic. Yes, definitely. I went there definitely as a kid for sure.
100%.
This was there, is it cool still for the kids, the kids to go to the mall? Because that's where we used to hang out. I feel like it's probably not even safe now.
Dude, malls aren't really a thing.
Yeah, not a thing.
No, I mean, the mall where I live, they've turned the whole thing into a U-Haul. It's just like
Yeah.
you can rent tractors there.
One of the malls here is half of it's like a gym now.
Yep.
Malls are dead.
But
Mall
in that,
raised me. Yeah, Shab agreed.
yep.
My parents would drop me off at the mall. We would go to the movies. We would go to the
Arcade, man.
go arcade, get food, go to Abercrombie and Fitch. You know, do all the things.
And in all the dead malls now, you can still see like the Hot Topic arch, and it's just like, oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah. And the Abercrombie and Fitch stores are overpriced. You know, you walk by the store and know exactly what you're walking by because they have sprayed the entire
Yep.
store down and the hall outside of it with the.
Was that
Who
the
has
store that had like the sexy dudes outside?
Yes.
Nice. I knew you liked that store.
Um, wow. Not even sure how. Who has? Okay, this is a good question. Who has a decent anchored VWAP? Algo trading. Guess what?
Oh,
OrderFlow Labs has an anchored VWAP for free.
it's free, baby.
Just go to orderflowlabs.com, click on freemium, and you'll get access to VWAP and some other free tools, including weekly MGI, single prints, and what we call the tape reader, and
Oh,
a few
dude,
other
the
stuff.
the tape reader is incredible.
Yeah,
I haven't. Yeah, I got to put that on here. The tape reader is awesome for me. That keeps me out of trouble too.
yeah.
Oh,
So pretty cool. Free tools. You can get them in less than 20 minutes.
maybe I should start listening to My Chemical Romance or something right now. Really feeling this mall vibe.
You're bringing me back. I used to listen to that type of music, maybe like your punk rock type.
Yeah.
Do you need the special order flow stuff to make it work? Nope.
Nope.
It works with the order flow package or without. It doesn't require you to have one or the other. Now, I will say that in the indicator properties of some of our tools, there's a selection to say, do you have the lifetime license, the order flow license from Ninja, or do you not? And you'll need to make sure that if you don't have the order flow license, that you indicate that you don't.
What else do we got?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just a waiting game for Stowe to either are you're taking at 550 or nothing, or what? Is there any invalidation to this trade?
Yes. If we get to that overnight high and we see some sort of exhaustion, and then I see some like some initiation from the sellers at all, then I'll probably get out then, because that's ultimately the retest here. We go to the other side of the LVN, and then that volume says no, send us back into the other side, then I'm probably good. But
Right.
because this is like, you can see this stuff right here, at 505, 510,
Yep.
like all this previous support. I would be shocked if we don't test that and kick off of it.
Right. It's also prior day high 490.
Oh, yep. Yeah. That's kind of what rejected this, and we got this delta flip.
Right. Let's see. I mean, we have a little bit of this was a pretty large rejection from the trend, but the fact that they held that opening range mid,
Yep.
the pivot, the OrderFlow Labs pivot, key areas that held, and rallying back through this LVN wouldn't be out of the question for sure.
Right now, price is Monday high. Yep. Yep. I just listen to quiet folk music while I trade, though. Now,
You do not.
yes, I do. I'm doing it right this second. It's nice and calming. I got a candle lit in here. My cat's sleeping. I gotta have a chill space. XY taught me that.
XY with his Versace robe will be on next week. For those waiting for him to, I think what we need is for XY to whip out a katana at some point on stream.
Does he have one?
I don't know. I feel like he should.
Yeah,
If he
I feel like he
doesn't,
should too.
if he doesn't, I mean, it goes within the. I'm surprised it's not a NinjaTrader ecosystem thing.
Maybe that's like maybe that's the Christmas present. Maybe they're saving that instead of the welcome gift Yeti. It's Christmas present katana. Shab, can I get a NinjaTrader katana for singing on the stream? You don't have to. You don't have to answer me right now. You don't have to answer me right now, but just something to think about. Maybe bring it up in a meeting. I don't know.
All right, so we're testing the prior day high and anchored VWAP. For me, we're in a reoffer area, maybe where we could see some selling. So let's see what we see on the old Delta profile here.
The tape's just floating around too.
There's a little bit of absorption. You know, you can see that on the leg-to-leg Delta profile.
Let me zoom in there for you.
I'm looking at it on my side too. So you see where there's a bunch of buying happening right here at 90.
Yep. And this is the previous day high. I don't have that MGI marked.
Yep.
But that's where it's
But
at.
they're working through it, so I wouldn't call this bad news bears yet.
Yeah, the bid's coming in behind it. So like this is kind of what you're looking at for in like tiny rotation stuff. Sellers trying to push off this, but bid stepping in here when they push.
They're still pushing through, right?
That's the trouble with putting these VWAPs on, man.
Yep.
Does it stop?
Does it stop working if you pull the anchored VWAP off the chart?
Oh, I've tried so many times.
$65 likes is all we get, guys. Can you please?
Can we pump the likes?
Pump the likes.
Do it for Scott Stapp.
Chad left the chat.
Do it for kids that'll never get to go to Hot Topic and buy something that their parents aren't going to let them wear.
Did we say something that made Shab leave the chat? I wonder. It wasn't the talk about the katana, was it?
I hope not. I hope not. I don't really need anything like that. I'd probably cut myself for sure. I'm pretty clumsy.
Well, as long as you keep it sheathed.
Sheathed.
It's a tricky word.
Come on, bid. Be somebody. Pretend like you want to go up.
He just only sang for 5 milliseconds.
Yeah, it was very small. That's why it's important to watch the whole stream in its entirety. You never know what you're going to miss. My wife worked at Hot Topic. Thank you. That would be cool. I'll take a Hot Topic sticker.
Hey, Stowe, just check. Did you like the stream yourself?
I liked it earlier when Merritt told me to, so I think it's probably the same like. Oh, no, this is a different stream.
It's a different stream. You have to get back on and like
right.
it. We can't ask everybody else to like the stream if we don't like it ourselves.
You're right. You're right. Oh, there we are. It's us from the past. It's us from 6 seconds ago, Leo.
Hey, yo. 15-second delay.
Jinkos for disadvantaged youth. They do make Jinkos again.
They do?
Yeah, man. Like that, new ones. Yes. You can go buy a new pair of Jinkos. There was some sort of fashion resurgence briefly. And yeah, you can do that.
I would expect you to know that, actually. I'm not surprised.
Well, I was trying to make a collage of all the stuff I remembered from my youth, and then I looked that up, and that led me to that discovery. There's still like 200 clams, though. I mean, who can afford that much denim in general? It's kind of a waste. You're using 3 pants worth of jeans for 1 pair.
I agree.
Nick wants to cut fruit in the garage with his katana. That would be sick.
That would be insane.
That would be sick.
Slicing up the markets while you're slicing up watermelons. Shab is back. Chris missed the singing.
Sorry, Chris. Just trying to get this market to take me higher. Just to the 550s. Since it was Chris, I would bust that out for him.
I think the anchored VWAP got in your way, my man.
I know. I had such big plans for this trade, 562.
All right. Well, we're getting a little bit of potential sell side exhaustion into this IB high. You gonna sit in this thing?
Yep.
Okay. No ads.
I'm now.
If I wasn't streaming, that's a trade I would add. But we're trying to be responsible, conservative traders on the stream. It's a very tricky ad too, because we've just rotated 70 points off of a pretty large rejection from the highs. We test the anchored VWAP. We get selling at the anchored VWAP. And so you would think that the market might rotate all the way back through that volume distribution you see right below the IB high. But I still have the mindset that holding that low or that mid like we did,
they're stacking it up now.
Kind of means, we're going to continue to march, kind of reverse the reversal, if you will. So that IB high retest that we just got is definitely a trade I would have added to if I was in Stowe's long. And I'm not criticizing you for not taking the ad. I think it makes sense to also not take it. But that's a trade that somebody asked about continuation trades. That's an area that I definitely would take a continuation trade right there.
Honestly, I'm in a mini, not a micro right now. Okay. And so this is a really good example of how like my sizing dictated whether to add that or not.
Yeah. Good. Good job.
I've got too much risk on if I put another lot there and cut my average in half. So yeah. That was the main part of it.
No, you're in a fantastic trade. I'm not being critical of your trade. I was just saying
this stair step. Yeah, they're just
in. Hey, breaking news: singer Scott Stapp, he's retiring. He's retiring.
It's over?
Yeah, you took it over.
Oh man, dude, if I get called up, I don't know if I'll be able to. I hope I'll be able to do this stream from the tour bus. Hope the Wi-Fi is good enough. Kevin will hook me up. So here's where we were looking for rejection. And boy, look at that bid. Look at that bid stack right up.
Right back in through the LVN, right to the other distribution.
Yep.
I mean, this is
somebody check on Job.
Textbook.
Sure he's okay.
Textbook double distribution move, from one distribution to the other.
Yep.
Job might need to go to the hospital. Are you good, buddy?
Are you good? That cracks me up. I mean that this no resistance here at 510s at all these previous supports.
Right.
That's a big clue for me. And now we'll watch it come back. And if it serves as support, then that's a sign that this is definitely chilling. That's the technical term.
Great trade, man. Just
Thank you.
Fantastic trade.
Thank you.
I mean, you hop on stream, you whip out a 20-point, 30-point banger in the Dow. Take the same trade in NQ, and it runs for 100 points. We're seeing some selling now.
Let's check the Dow. Yeah, so the Dow, like this is junk now. The Dow's filling out this used to be an LVN when we looked at it before, and now it's just, hot garbage. That's why you really got to pick your spots in YM if you're gonna trade it.
Yeah.
Okay, but back here.
Let's see what we do at 510s.
I'm sorry. Yes, coming back to 5.
We're testing that right now.
Yep. I think Job did say 520.
He did. Yeah. He said the other side of the HVN edge.
Yes, he did.
So this is where Job would have advised to
Stack that bid.
protect those gains, homie.
Yep.
Hey, Chris. Chris said he closed his up here to call it a day. Well done, Chris.
Nice job, bud.
They held that 510.
Yep. That's textbook the way that I look at level interaction. If you have a level, you don't have to just click the button as soon as the price gets there. You can wait and see a reaction. And then usually if that thing gets cut through like a katana just now, and then is supported from the other side, your level still is a level, but the participants just told you something very important. So good to pay attention to that.
That's sage advice, to be honest. That deserves some likes. So if you haven't liked the stream yet, I think you should do it now. 127 likes. Come on, guys.
Really partying.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yassine is waiting for your TP to hit so he can like it.
Do you want me to pull it down 10 points?
Yes. We need Yassine to like the stream.
That's pretty good. Getting to the point of control is
I'm getting another DM that from a friend of mine. He says the CME needs to investigate how we pull back to the 5-minute OR mid every time that you get on NinjaTrader Live.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
Only does he know I call my friends, my market making friends, and make sure we get a perfect setup just for the Ninja stream.
What's the Sortino ratio between my stream and this one? Geez, there's Merritt.
Only Merritt would ask a question like that.
Sortino ratio.
Nerd
alert.
Do I put 5-minute OR extension targets? I used to, but now I have a different methodology for targets that it's not out there yet, but it may be out there soon. Isn't that your 5-minute? Yeah, that's my 5-minute breakout strategy. I actually took the same trade as Stowe. I just didn't hold it like a Chad that Stowe is. I closed it way too early. Merritt was teaching ICT earlier.
Oh, yeah?
I think he was talking about fair value gaps.
Those are the same as single prints, right?
And LVNs. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yassine says he now uses the 10-minute OR high instead of the 5.
That is the tricky thing about Leo. You never know when he's going to tell you he's changing something and then he does something else just to throw you off the scent. What are your settings, bro?
That's a classic.
I mean, we could get all the way to 620 if we really got crazy, but we're also running out of time. 20 minutes left.
Okay, we got 160 likes. We can get a few more. 200 likes by the end of the stream, and we'll come back tomorrow. We appreciate you guys for, honestly, it makes it fun when you guys interact and chat and, you know, give us the interaction that you do. So we appreciate that. It would be really boring if we streamed and nobody said anything.
If we get to 300 likes, I will play guitar on Thursday.
Oh, that is huge. And sing?
I don't know. Sure.
I mean, you probably have a song that you've written that you could sing.
We won't be doing any of that.
That would be clutch. My dog's barking downstairs for some reason.
I can't hear it though. That's a good setup you have going with the acoustic tiles. Does that make it nice?
Yeah, I think it kind of dampens the sound around, you know.
That's cool. My 5-year-old is gonna come blasting through that front door in a second, so I always hear when she gets here.
That's funny.
Comes in, she's like, "I need a Go-Gurt, and where are the cats?" I'm like, all right, welcome home.
Oh man, I can't. JT, I would love to, but these hats are so expensive. And it takes 3 months for them to produce them. It's crazy. We need to order another like bulk. Oh man.
You want to say, Willow? You want to say hey? Come on in. You got to push hard. Hey, sweetie.
Are you fighting the candles, Dad?
Yeah. Sure. You want to hear it? Go ahead.
Hey, Willow.
Up. There you go.
Hi.
Hey, your dad's fighting the candles and he's winning.
That's Leo. You know him.
He's beating the candles.
I can tell.
Yeah, you can.
You're on YouTube, bud. How cool.
Hmm.
Is it as cool as you thought it'd be?
On the logo, the logo on your hat,
Yeah,
that matches Daddy's shirt.
it does. It does.
I wish my dad was wearing that shirt today. And
Maybe,
I saw you on YouTube yesterday.
Oh,
right.
thank
Watch
you.
every
Thanks
day,
for
huh?
watching.
No worries.
Did you have a good
All right,
day
go
at
get a
school?
snack, you turkey.
Bye.
Oh. Bye.
Wait, I need to tell him one more thing.
Go ahead. Tell Leo one more thing.
And I had an all green day.
You had a green day?
Oh,
Awesome. Good job,
How
man.
good.
I love you.
I
I know.
That melts my heart, man.
She's the best. She makes me Lucky Charms for when I fight the candles. And they're all around the desk.
That's so awesome.
And they have magical powers. It's true.
That is so awesome. Many Leos are in the oven. Yassine. That's something that not many people know, but we've got one on the way.
They're cooking. Big announcement. We're dropping all this stuff to get likes today. Cute kids, Creed songs.
I mean,
baby announcements.
We already have a 5-year-old wild child but we've got another one coming.
That's so fun. Yeah, our kids are like almost exactly the same age. I think that's great. Well, can I get the push? We're not. Are we being D's for T's right now?
Don't be a D for a T.
Yeah. It is. It's about that time also.
Yeah, it is. The 50 algo could do whatever it does.
Yep.
But you know what? Secured.
Touchdown.
Heck yeah, man.
Woo!
That was a great trade.
Sweet.
And
Thanks, bud.
that was the only trade that you took. One entry, one exit, 160
Yeah.
points, 150 points.
Yeah. 410 to 560. Or
That's a
402 to 560. Yep.
That's a banger.
That's awesome.
Great
Cool.
job.
I'm telling you, man, that kid's good luck.
She is fantastic luck.
Sometimes if I'm trading Globex, she'll come in and then the trade will start to work. And I'm like, all right, stay
take
here.
Take your stop out, bro.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
Everyone's
Thank you.
yelling about your stop.
Appreciate it. Thanks, everybody.
You gotta use those OCO brackets, man.
I did, but I realized that so I did the OCO on YM, and then for some reason it removed it when I was back on NQ and got slapped into that trade, so I had to do that.
I gotcha.
But yeah, I'm an OCO bro.
You got to at least have a stop go in with every order, right?
Yes.
I think a lot of I would say probably more experienced traders, and this is nothing against newer traders, but I think newer traders should probably just use like a fixed bracket. But as you develop and you're going to want to allow your trades to run and kind of be a little more discretionary on the exit.
Yeah.
But you should always have a stop that goes in with every order.
Yep. I like the bracket just because it puts those targets in there for me and I can move it around. I think it helps me visualize too. Because I'll get in with the bracket and then I'll kind of adjust the risk to what I want the reward for, the runner to be, for the second target, all that stuff. And those lines really help me visualize where on the profile that's going to be. And then once I have it set, I kind of sit back and I'm like, okay, those are good targets. What's going to change my mind? What's going to get me out of that sort of thing?
Right.
Because the less I have to think about, the better is my general rule.
That's very true. Yeah. I mean, you want to be focused.
Oh, thanks, Shab. Thanks, everybody. That's gonna stoke the kid out. She's gonna lose her mind when she's on the TV later.
She was on YouTube. Yeah, she could watch.
Yeah, here comes the 50 algo. Just stair step that thing the whole way up. That's awesome. I love that. I love when you catch the grind and you're already in it and you don't have to figure out how to hop on.
Right.
Much easier.
Yeah, I mean, when we started to push away from that little chop range that we started this in at that mid and pivot.
Yep.
That was a great ride to be on.
Do you guys want to see the Dow one more time before we never look at it again? There it is.
The Dow does Dow things.
The Dow does Dow things.
I heard you have to have your ARP card to trade the Dow. Is that true?
I might have it. I might have my ARP card floating around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
But good stuff to have on in your pocket for a trend day. look at all three indices. If that's not overload for you, look at all three indices and see if they're clicking, and then you can I get ES did the same thing. Just grind up out of that hole. So good context. It's all about context for me.
Of course. There goes the 50 algo.
Partying. That's why.
196 likes. We need 4 more.
Oh, I guess the ATR is right here, 580 also. Pretty trendy day for a Tuesday. That just occurred to me. Didn't we run some stats on trend day likelihood based on day type?
Yeah, days with single prints are likely to close above the single prints, but I don't remember the stats. I think I'll have to look back. I'd have to look back at them.
Okay. Yeah, we did have several sets today. I think we had at least 2 confirmed sets.
I'm only seeing 1 for NQ.
Okay, maybe the other one got wiped out before the session closed, because I have them set to pop up as they're developing.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, we would have had a second. We would have had a A B C D E single C and I don't even. Yeah, pretty sure E, but whatever.
Sweet.
Well, don't even know what to say for the last 10 minutes. There's nothing to.
Jim,
Come bail us out, Jim.
Jim, we're flat. We heard the 50 algo did its thing. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We do really appreciate the chat and being able to interact. It would be extremely boring just me and Leo making fun of each other with just to an empty room. So yeah.
Ark says it's not a trend day. You're correct. It was a trend day that got broken. But even with the stats I collected, when that happens, we still close above trend day singles. With or without the katana demonstration. Oh, I need to stop my screen share.
Oh, good job, fellas.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Stowe
Man.
is the one that held the show today.
I know, and I thought it was going to be Nick, and then look what happens. Boom, magic.
Oh. Nick we'll be back. I'll be back on with Nick tomorrow.
Yeah, next Wednesday. Yep.
All right. He's under pressure, man. He's under pressure. He's got to do 2 things. He has to outperform Stowe, and he has to outsing Stowe.
Oh, Nick. Did you hear that, Nick?
Taste of Nick's medicine.
All right, Coach. I was kind of napping, but not really. I know I have bad hair. I have a bad hair dye going on there.
Just a cat nap.
Oh.
Power nap.
I had one ear in. It was good though. No, but fantastic job, you guys.
Thanks, man. It was fun.
Appreciate it.
I love trading. Trading's cool.
Yeah, I'm starting to believe in these OrderFlow Lab guys, man. You're on fire.
Took you that long, huh?
Oh, baby.
Well,
Couple stops up there. That's cool. Just ripping this thing.
tomorrow's going to be a big day.
Yeah,
What's
libation day, right?
It is libation. Every day is libation day. What do you mean?
Liberation and libations.
That's right. The market closes at 4, and at 4:01 it's Martini o'clock.
That's right. Do you have a calendar alert for that? Because I do.
Oh, totally. My phone's going off right now.
Beer 30.
I got a 5-minute warning.
We must share it. We must share a calendar.
Oh my goodness. All right, so tomorrow it's Leo and Nick tomorrow?
Yes.
Yep. Then I'll be back Thursday with Elias.
Elias Stowe. Does Elias sing?
He might Thursday.
I don't think Elias is going to sing. I'm just going to. I think there's a line Elias probably draws, and I think it starts with singing, or it stops with singing.
So let me ask you guys. Oh, I thought I did that. Sorry, Kevin. Mission Control is telling me to do stuff. What about tomorrow, guys? You think we're gonna have another Green Day?
Oh man, that's you're asking the tough questions. Let's look.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
I mean-
know. Nobody knows what tomorrow is going to bring because it's, Liberation Day. Are
Well,
they
supposedly
gonna rally into this news and then do something weird later?
supposedly the announcements aren't supposed to come till 4 p.m. last I checked.
Jim,
so
I
it's-
think
we could.
for me, I'm looking for continuation of this current. Let's say we have a 600-point move off of the lows from yesterday. Maybe
Okay.
let's go test 20,100.
Whoa.
That's
Does
only
help you-
400 points away. We can do that in a day.
Does this help you, Leo?
Yeah, for sure. We'll be back above the 21 EMA on the daily if that happens. That'd be good.
I mean, this is a
Still,
lot.
still think we're in a bearish downtrend, obviously. But let's see, how far off of the highs did those lows get made? 15%. 15% off the highs from the high to the low, the current low. I don't know. It wouldn't be out of the question to continue a rally for a bit.
I'd say at least if we're gonna get continuation, we should at least get up to this 850 check. Just kind of like this rolling profile on a high time frame chart is kind of exactly the play that we took today, just on a much larger scale. So yeah, checking the bottom of this is kind of like I don't know about that. Maybe I'll get all the way up here, like you said, Leo. But yeah, at least the previous week value area low.
I mean,
at
the market's
8:30s
not
to
going to be
test.
surprised that there's going to be tariffs announced, right? This is not like a surprise.
I hope not.
So it's not like,
If they haven't
What?
been pricing
What'd
it
he
in, then
say?
what's been going on?
right. So we'll see.
You're right.
We'll see.
You're right. You're right.
The market is efficient, right, Jim? Is that what they say?
I'll tell you, I got a story about that.
Oh,
All right, let's go.
So you heard the phrase, we're in a correction or ready to have a correction.
Uh-huh.
That implies that something is incorrect. I don't think the market's ever incorrect. I think it's always right.
Yep.
Whether it's
I agree.
efficient or not, that's another story. But I think it's always right. So when everyone says, and everybody says it, it's probably it's in an economics book somewhere. The word
Yeah.
corrections. But I don't like it, man.
The stock market is not the economy. So I've
so you don't
heard
think
that
you
also.
don't think the market's ever got overextended? Maybe like the correction is just correcting all the hype and whatnot into the market.
Well, I mean, I think price is, especially in the futures market, right? So price is what the collective traders think it should be,
Mhm.
and they push it around, and the consensus wins. It's it's order flow. It's supply and demand. The consensus wins, and that's what the price is. So you could say, the folks that have more muscle here, either the bulls or the bears, are wrong, but I don't get it. That doesn't make sense to me.
Mhm. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah, I know. I
Price is
went
what
to,
pays.
Yep.
yeah, exactly. Holy cow. There we go.
There's our bell. We did it.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, appreciate you guys. Looking forward to manana. Get a good night's sleep. Eat your Cheerios in the morning. Be ready to go. And it should be fun tomorrow.
Thanks, Jim.
That sounds good. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Appreciate
All right.
everybody.
All right. All right, guys, real quick, let's just do a just glance through every market really fast here. We were talking about the Nasdaq. These guys were on fire. How awesome are they? Don't forget to hit that like button, folks. So right now, second green candle in a row on the Nasdaq, and to get to Leo's idea here, 21,100, I think we'd have to get to that 21 EMA, a little bit south of that 38.1% retracement from the highs to the lows. So not out of the possibility, not out of the realm of possibility. E-mini S&P, this looks really systematically similar, very similar. And again, there's that green 21 EMA just south of that 38.1% retracement again. So I expect this systematic behavior to continue. And then we'll go to Stowe's favorite, the Dow, the $5 Dow, the mighty Dow. Doji today, a little pause, a little bit of different structure on this. We've already whipped through that 80 EMA. We're almost touched the 21. So we'll see. This is poised. This is positioned a little bit better, I think. Just moving down to the Bitcoin, the April Bitcoin right now, trying to get back into that trend channel, right? Nice upward sloping trend channel. Couple of days of I'll use the word price dislocation instead of correction, just to keep me honest. Nice candle today. Closed right at that 8 EMA. Only a baby wick at the top, so that's also kind of positive here. So this probably will follow. I don't know for sure, but in my opinion, I think this will follow the stock index futures tomorrow, going into the big announcement. Crude, not much to add on crude. We're firmly at a 70 handle, man. We were struggling below 70 for a long period of time. We're sitting right at a 200 simple moving average right now. We closed there yesterday. Today's kind of a baby candle. Market happiness in this market right now. Not a real big direction, although we do have a higher high in the wick. And the piercing line in crude oil, the piercing line is halfway point of a benchmark or dominant candle, which was yesterday's candle. Approximately, I'm going to eyeball this, so my measurements might be off a couple ticks, but 70 and a half, we'll call it. So we're well above that. That's also kind of bullish, but the macro story might be a little bit different. Gold, turnaround doji, maybe. Now here's the thing. Let me move my lips out of the way. So the body of the candle is actually higher than the previous body, and you might say, "Well, why is that red, Jim?" It's because how the charts identify what close we're talking about, the regular trading hours close, or the Globex close. So that's why it's red. But it's a baby candle, but still we have a higher high, higher low. So that might not be a powerful turnaround doji, but I have my eye on it anyway. Other than that, gold's on fire, man. There's no retracement, and there's certainly nothing incorrect. Let's go to no, I'm going to say this for the next week. I know it. Where are we at here? We're going to go to May copper. Copper has a really nice retracement. That is a nice reversal pattern with that gravestone doji. We're still trading south of that 8 EMA, and we're tracking that 50% retracement right now. We'll see if that 21 EMA holds and Dr. Copper continues its way up. Remember, we're having some recessionary numbers coming out of places like the Atlanta Fed, where they have their GDP now at about, I think it was 3.8. Negative 3.8 today. That's a pretty big negative number. Lastly, but not leastly, I don't know if that's the right way to say it, 10-year notes broken out to the upside here. Long-term area resistance. We closed well above that. Target wick is in play approximately at 112 spot 10, 01, I'm sorry, 12 spot 01. And this is, I think, factoring in the possibility of more rate cuts faster, among other things going on with the administration and the FOMC. Having said all that, that's today's wrap up. We're going to be here bright and early tomorrow, 8 a.m. Tomorrow. Hope to see you guys there. Appreciate everybody coming. Remember, the most important lesson of the day, most important thing of the day, please be safe out there and be good to each other. Thanks for coming.